Welcome to another episode of Hyperview. This is Robert. I am your host today. And as you can see, we are having a very, very special episode today with none other than Kenan Jackson. He was nice enough to invite me into the dungeon, the studio, the creation space.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about the album, the single, musicality, the whole nine. We're going to get into it, but I'm going to take a second and I'm going to let him introduce himself. If you have been following Hyperview, he is a returning guest. He is a part of Cosmic Roots, there we go. Cosmic Roots, and we're going to be talking today more about his solo album.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Like you said, my name is Kenan Jackson. Man, music producer. I'm a musician, dang near a songwriter, audio engineer. Yeah, man, a barber, husband, father, all of it, man. So, yeah, this is my very first album. I got other music out. Shout out to my EP, my first EP, Bam. Shout out to my second EP, New Life, and all my other singles out there. But this one's my baby. This one is me, proving, who I am, wise, letting y'all know, what I hear in my head, all that, man. And I'm just here to share my thoughts, share the journey, and y'all just come on in. Welcome to the dungeon. Welcome to the dungeon. Welcome to the stew, man. For sure. Welcome to the place.
First and foremost, I just want to thank you for, letting me come into the studio. And I really want to start at the beginning, right? I know we're going to talk about the single. I know we're going to talk about the album. But I kind of want to talk about what you brought up a second ago as far as Bam, the first album, and then the second album. What was the inspiration to put out Bam? Because I know, like, a lot of times we're like, you probably have made songs before that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, what was that thing that was like, I'm ready to do a project?
Well, I've been producing since I was 14 with my homie Kai. Shout out to the homie Kai. I've been making beats on GarageBand, Logic, Reasons since 14. But since COVID, shout out to COVID too. It was a bad, some people had.
It wasn't great for some people, but it worked out for us.
For me, it blessed me. And I was able to, get that STEMI check and go out and, put this together. And so when I put this together, I was living in Midtown, barely had anything, just a computer and a couple sounds. But I was just like, I want to put out a project. I was out. This is the beginning, kind of like the beginning of Cosmic Roots as well. And I was going to a lot of open mic sessions and a lot of stuff like that. And I was like, I want to put my music out there. I just don't want to say I'm a musician or an artist and I don't have anything.
I don't got nothing out.
I don't have nothing out.
Yeah.
And so I sat in the studio and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to create. And so the first song I created was Focus. And Focus is my first arrangement where I sat with and I was like, okay, this is how it's going to go. This is going to be the bridge. This is going to be the form. This is how, I really sat with chord progressions and keys. I never really did that before because I grew up in the church, so I just learned the music type.
Right, you learn, they just teach you the song.
Right.
Or they play you the song and then you learn the song.
Right.
Like, there's no,
Right. There's no theory behind it.
Yeah.
And so I had to sit down with myself and remember all the stuff I learned from, high school, being in, band and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do this. And I wanted something, for Focus, I wanted something like, salsa, like we're in Brazil or something like that.
Okay. So you wanted to kind of have that
right.
Afrocentric, Latin type.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And so just based off that song alone, like you said, Afrocentric, based on that song alone, I was like, you know what? I'm going to call this album Bam, which is Black American music. And so I dropped that. When I dropped that? June. So that's Black Music Month.
Okay, so like Juneteenth type.
Yeah, Juneteenth. So I dropped that on the Juneteenth. And so, yeah, bro, and then had my first song on that one is Music Talk, and that was inspired by Bobby Caldwell, What You Want to Do for Love. And so if you really listen to the melody, I have that
yeah.
I have that in there.
And I hear that that kind of theme of bringing back or throwing in an ode to like older songs or like throwback songs. Like that's a theme throughout, not just that album, but like almost every album and a lot of songs that you do. There's like always, like I can always catch myself like, oh, that's okay. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can pick up on it, and it's never like, I won't say like it's an outright one-to-one, but like it's a nice ode and homage that it's like kind of just sitting in there, and it feels with everything else. You know what I'm saying? But you created your own creation.
Right.
And it's in a way, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how I look at the whole situation when I do stuff like that. I look at it as like, first of all, I love whatever I'm putting, you know, if it's Bobby Caldwell or if it's, you know, a Prince hook or something, you know, Prince riff or whatever like that. I always make sure it's tasteful to the music first. I don't just try to, make sure I put this in there. Like, you know, I make sure it's tasteful. And then sometimes like on Wonder, I did the Erykah Badu, I forgot how it goes, but you gotta hear it. I got so many songs in my head.
No, I know what
you know what I'm talking about. It's towards the end.
Yes.
It's towards the end, and I did that, but that happened on accident. I was recording. The back in the day, right? So I pressed record, and I was in here on the talk box. And if anybody know how the studio sessions go where you're recording yourself, it's like, not that one, not that one. And so it would happen to be the one, and like the beginning of it, I didn't really like, but then I hit that back and that. All that was by mistake.
Right.
Like, that was all by mistake. And I was like, oh, word? Okay, bet, save, right?
Right.
And so then I just, you know, listened to the back, you know, clean it up, and, you know, I wanted to
refine the idea. But the idea came on accident.
On accident. It was nothing that I was really thinking of. So like a lot of that stuff just, you know, just
spur of the moment,
doing it, listening to a lot of music, you know what I mean, listening to tons of music. I mean, as you can see, I got vinyls.
And trusting your ear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you heard it, it was good. I didn't mean to do it, but let's keep it.
Let's keep it, you know? Even if it's not in the same key. So it's just like, you know, just, you know, like I said, like, just listen to music. Being a musician, just like, you have to listen to music, bro. Like, it's not just, you know, funk records up on this wall. I got Carlos Santana, you know, I got Dizzy Gillespie.
No, it's deep in here, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so,
you can feel the music energy permeating. Like, you know, this is a creative space.
Right. And you see how I got them facing me? So it's like, when I'm in here, I'm like, okay, like, what would Herbie do? Or like, what would, you know, how would they be thinking or attacking this record? Because it's like all these iconic faces that had their own like moment in their music journey to where they thought the same, where it's like, okay, how would I do this? Or, you know, and not
looking back on their predecessors,
like everybody else.
What can I do to kind of shift this to the right, shift this to the left, and put my own little mark on it?
Right. So
maybe they would do this, I'm gonna do this.
Right. And so that was pretty much how I did BAM, bro. It was just like, one, I had something to say. I wanted Sacramento, because it was my first time coming into Sacramento music scene without church involved. Like, no church people put me on. I'm not going to somebody's church. I'm not doing a church. So
this is almost like your come out album.
This is that was my
who you are as a musician.
What I can make.
Right.
That's not, you know, churchy or gospel or anything like that. So yeah, that was that one, bro. So that was BAM.
I want to ask you, because I think we've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure I know what your answer is. But did you produce everything on the album, i.e. keys, drums, things of that nature? Or do you use sample packs and things of that nature, or a combination?
Excuse me. Allergy season. But I use... So for BAM was all originals. BAM was... I don't even have the keyboard anymore. I gave it to my boy Alex. But BAM was off of a 4-sound Yamaha digital keyboard that was MIDI, and I plugged into my computer using these janky MIDI chords. And I did the whole album off of there I used Korg Triton, VST. I got this beat machine, old school beat machine, like made in 2004. I used some drums off of there. And yeah, the rest of the sounds really gives an emotion and a feeling. So if I'm feeling these words,
if that's what you're trying to convey,
that's what it is. I'm sorry, Nana. I'm sorry, Mom. But this is what it is. You know what I mean? And they understand that enough. But at least like I'm not putting advisory on all my records.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like having these outrageous music videos. So, and that was another thing too. It's just like I had enough moral respect for myself not to like make that type of music. Right. And so that's why I was like, the Doobie Powells, the PJ Mortons, these type of cats. It's like they make love music and godly music at the same time.
Right, yeah.
And it still feels good. It's not no corny, you know what I mean?
It's an artist. He be... I can't think of who he is, though. I can't think of his name. But it's on that vein. Like, he makes love music, realistically. It's gospel music, but it's really just music about love.
Yeah, like Major, yeah.
Which I love. I mean, I call it lazy melodies. Like, anything that I could just throw on and I could go walk around the house. You know what I'm saying? It just puts you in that good mood. Because to me, like you said, music is emotion. So, like, regardless of if you like it or not, there's some songs you put on, you can't help but tap your foot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it elicits a reaction out of you. Right. And depending upon what the song is trying to convey is going to elicit different reactions.
Exactly. It's spiritual, man.
Which gets me to, okay, album 3, right? So I don't know what the album's going to be called. We got our first track, Wonder, that dropped last month?
Yeah. Was it last month?
Because, we're in May now, so officially we'll date ourselves. But, okay, so it came out April, right? You dropped that first quarter of the year. There's going to be how many songs on the album?
15
songs. He given us a whop.
15 songs.
And you're saying, are you almost done? You're mostly done? It's done?
I'm done. Like,
so now it's just release schedule.
Yeah, it's just release schedule. I'm waiting on masterings. I'm waiting on to get some more money if I want to do vinyls or if I want to do CDs.
For like physical products, but the songs are finished.
Yeah, songs are finished. The musicians have the songs for the live recording. So like I told my wife, like I told her when I sent the masters out, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm just doing promoting. I'm finna watch some movies, catch up on some TV shows. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's how it should be. You know what I mean? You should be able to celebrate and just kick back and relax because you work so hard. Like, I've been doing the album for 2 years now, deciding if I should drop it or not drop it. I was supposed to drop it last year. I was supposed to drop it last year, you know what I mean? But I wasn't because I wasn't ready and I wanted to do it right. I had this vision the whole time. Like, when I released BAM, I had this vision the whole time of releasing an album, having a live recording and a show, and just I remember we
talked about it a couple of years ago.
I didn't care. I didn't care if I had to because I'm an audio engineer too, so I didn't care if I had to set up all the equipment myself to do the live recording and rehearse with the band and drop the album. I didn't care if I had to do that. I just wanted to get it done. But I kept at my dream, and God blessed me to where I don't have to do none of that. I got a place, I got a venue, I just got to promote. I'm just, so. Like, this album, songs is done. Melodic
songs are in the hands of the artist and the musicians that need to practice.
Cover art is done. Photo shoot is done. I'll probably take one more photo shoot. We're doing an interview. About to be done. Shout out to the viewers. Subscribe, like, Hype Review, follow Hype Review, do it all. You know what I mean?
And definitely check out, Cosmic Roots, Kenan Jackson. If nothing else, right? Dago, and then we finna get into Wonder. So why drop Wonder first? What was the inspiration to drop Wonder? How did that song come about? Where did that come from? Because that's a jam. It's a whole different type of vibe. Like I said, it got I haven't wrote in. I'll probably say the last time I sat down and wrote a song has to be 2 to 3 years ago. So to get them to even feel them juices flowing again was wonderful. Right. But I haven't really heard nothing that even, you know what I'm saying, that even put me into that place. Right. So what was the inspiration behind that?
Oh man, Wonder was, we were talking about samples, so Wonder was Splice. I'm not one of those producers or musicians or whatever that's going to sit here and I did it. Nah. I'm a producer, bro. I'm an artist, bro. So if I hear something I like, bro, and I can use it, I'm going to use it, bro. So scratch all that. So yeah, shout out to Splice. It was this piano thing, doom, super bouncy. Right. You know what I mean? It was like nobody can do nothing with this. Right. And if they are, it's not gonna be like mine. Right. And so I took it, played around with it. I had it for probably 3-4 months playing around with it. Then I was gonna leave it as is. And then I started doing other songs on the album with Talkbox. Y'all hear. Mostly the album is Talkbox, by the way. But I started playing around with Talkbox, and I was like, let me try a little Talkbox solo or whatever. It worked out. And so then, since I did that, and most of the album was on Talkbox, I named it Wonder, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna release it as Wonder because I wonder how people gonna react. I wonder, this is like a drop, like, I wonder.
What's the reaction?
I wonder how the listeners, I wonder,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder about my, the music career later on.
Right,
you know
what it's gonna be like, the whole nine. Yeah, it's like all of it is, you know what I'm saying, on my mind.
On my mind. So it was just like, it was I wonder, and then I was just gonna put just wonder. And then I accidentally took a photo shoot. Shout out to my boy Ronnie, 2 Coins. But
this nigga said he accidentally took a photo.
I accidentally took a photo shoot. We was at the album release show for Cosmic Roots. Shout out Cosmic Roots. Go check out that album, Elements, everywhere on platforms.
It's insane.
Insane. We got the live recording coming on the way, y'all. The live recording is insane. But yeah, so it was at the side door, and I was in the green room, just chopping up Ronnie, drinking, and he was just taking flicks. He sent it to me. And I was like, I like that one. Easy. JPEG, boom. Cover art.
Cover art, done.
It's that simple, bro. And it was just like, boom, released it, sent it to my mastering. Shout out to Kiki, Geek Squad Productions. Shout out to her. Sent it to her. Sent it back to me. Boom. Distro Kid, boom. Put it on some. And see, that's the thing. It's like, I promote putting your music on Spotify playlist, like submitting
it for playlists.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, I know it costs money and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But like there's actually legit people out there that will actually put your music on their playlist that with real listeners, and it's worth it, bro. I'm telling you.
On that note, I try to tell people, think about it like this. If people can operate in this space and scam people, right, and make money off it, that means that the result that somebody can give you in this space is so good and people need it so much that people who can't even give it to you can operate in this space and still make money. You know what I'm saying? Because people need it that hard. So it's like, it's not that nobody can get you as that result. You just got to do your research, do your back end, and make sure that they can actually fulfill whatever it is that they're saying that they can do for you for that money. But don't just not do any of them because you found one scam. You know what I mean?
And
that's like, I'm not going to eat because one thing in the store was rotten. That's weird. You still need food, bro.
You got to keep trying. You got to keep pushing. Like even now, I'm finding different ways to put my music out there, not using DistroKid, not using any platform that's going to take any revenue out. And I'm just like, I'm just going to put it on my website, like.
That's the best. And have multiple places. There's nothing wrong with putting it on DistroKid to use that as the distribution platform and still having it on your website. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got to put all your stuff out there. And so, just like, with Wonder, it was just like more of putting out. I wonder how it's gonna be. I wonder. So I just put it out there, and it did good, bro. I submitted it to a couple of playlists, a couple R&B playlists on Spotify. They liked it, and I mean, I can go listen to it.
Okay, so Wonder, first single from the album. We got 15 tracks. Are we gonna get any other singles, or are we just gonna drop the album after that?
Yes, we are getting some more singles, bro. Let me check my notes.
He said, let me consult.
I gotta check my notes, man, because my mind be everywhere of what singles are supposed to drop. All right, so shit, I don't even. Is it the funk? It's supposed to drop, and that's a funky one, and. That one is more me, because it's some samples on there from this documentary I listened to. Some vocal samples, some cats talking. And they're just talking, they're pretty much giving the definition of what funk means to them. And, funk is just, it's a pocket, it's a groove. It's something that can't, you can't write this shit out.
There's not a musical notation style.
You can write it out
of doing you could write the notes, but a good example was like a dude talking about blues. Yeah, it was the blues is more about feel than it is the actual notes.
Right.
It's about how long or how short, how quickly you release the notes, the
Right.
pressure you like. It's more about the feel of
Right.
it, and the only way to get that is by listening to a lot of the music. You can't like just naturally pick that shit up.
Right.
Like you got to listen to a lot of funk or a lot of blues,
Right.
because if you don't, you could get the sheet music, play the notes, but it's not gonna sound like jazz.
It's not
gonna sound like funk.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's not gonna sound like it. So that's what funk means to me, and it's just in pocket. I strongly believe in pocket. A lot of cats don't even know what pocket I'm talking about. But pocket is when you're staying in line with the groove. You're not doing too much. You're not doing too much soloing. You're not doing too many changes. You're just staying. If the groove is, stay there. Now you got to stay there. Give the song space. You know what I mean? That would make it funk. You know what I mean? Because then once you have space, you can let all the instruments do their thing. You can let the guitar player get some. You know what I mean? You can let the bass player get some when he's ready for it. The drummer can get some. So, but you all go back to the pocket, right? And if the pocket is thick, you may got some lint in there, and it's hard to get out. You know what I mean? So that's what funk is, bro. And so I have all these cats on there talking about, what funk means to them. Shout out to my boy Miggy on there. Miggy Mercendez. He's a part of Lab Rats. He played trombone on that. He took over the whole thing on trombone. I have 2 versions of the song, though. Now, I don't know if I'm going to release the version with vocals on it, with Alex on it, and I don't know if I'm going to release the version with the instrumental. Or I might just do it live and just drop it as a live album.
Drop it as a live, John. Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I have that song. And then there's one more song. I think it's Shooting Stars. It's a talkbox song. I'm not sure. I got to look in my messages with my mastering people. But I think it's Shooting Stars. And Shooting Stars... What is Shooting Stars? Oh, Shooting Stars. No, it's not Shooting Stars. Hold on. Give me a sec. You might have to edit this out because I want to get this right.
Man, post clip it.
Post clip this shit.
Where we at? So it was. So we got Wonder. We got. What is funk? Or that's the funk?
Yeah. Is it the funk? Is it the funk?
Is it the funk?
Is it the funk?
Which funk is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite genres. It's one of the hardest that I've never been able to really do. Like, I can't make a funk song, but I love that shit.
Oh, God, I can't find the damn messages. It's gonna kill me. What are my 2 singles? But yeah, Is It the Funk is for sure one. But funk, yeah, man. And that's the thing. It's like, it's a lot of people that can't, make it, and that's why I like what I do. That's why I like the music I create, because it's because I listen to a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that I listen to resonates with me. So I'm like, I can make it because I listen to it all the time.
And that's the direction you resonate and you kind of are drawn to. Right. So we're gonna get 3 singles, then the album. When is the album debut showcase?
July 11th. The album drops.
So we deep in the summer Aquarius season, huh?
Yeah, bro. July 11th, bro. July 11th is going to be the album drop, the album release show, live recording, all that. Same day, July 11th. We're going to have Cosmic Roots opening up for the show. I'm gonna act like I'm not there, but I'm going to be there playing bass. But we're going to have Cosmic Roots open the show, and then have a little intermission. And then we're gonna do the album, bro. We're gonna try to knock out 15 songs. I might do them as melodies.
Oh, you're gonna do all 15?
I'm gonna try
not
to.
Not like a full, but it'll be like
I'm gonna try to do them
worth.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do them as melodies. Probably do one interlude, and if not, because I might not do one song that's on the album, just because, that song is a lot. It's called Peculiar Evolution. That's the one with the dog that I just played, the poetry.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Right. And so that song is like, I don't know if I want to do that live, for people, but it's just how I feel. I don't care. But if I feel, I might do it.
I might do it.
It's my music.
Mine. It's my show.
But so I'm gonna have, Cosmic Roots as the band,
Right.
featuring Staten Jones on bass with me. May have a guitar player. Still thinking about that. Selling CDs. I'm gonna have some CDs. I'm trying to get vinyls if the Lord's willing. But I'm trying to get these CDs out for y'all, and they're gonna be hand signed by me. I'm gonna sign them all, and they going for $15. So please support. Just $15, y'all. And then, yeah, that's the album, bro.
I'm
so,
gonna send the peoples for you, right?
Send
I
the
only
peoples.
I only have one request. When we blow you up, right? I just want to be able to come back and we can do a full like how you made the album,
Bro.
Like I want to do stems, get on the Johns, because like when I listen to your music, like I feel like I just want to be a flyer on the wall in the sessions, like you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm like, as somebody who's been in the studio, made beats, like just do stuff. Like I really do appreciate when I hear good music that I'm like, damn, bro, how you make that shit? Like,
Right. And most of it just be like, I hate to say it, but most of it, like this album, a lot of these songs, like until towards the end, were on shrooms. Like a lot of these songs, I was just shrooming out, and that's why the album cover looked like that.
He said that. He said it's psychedelic.
And because I remember having a dream, and that's why I named it Melodic Dreams, because I remember I had a dream. If y'all go ever listen to not Prince, excuse me. That's hella funny. I said that. But Pharrell.
I've always said he's like the Prince of our times.
Bro, like, yeah. Yeah, bro. No, excuse me. Is it Pharrell or is it NERD?
I mean, that's one and the same. It's just two extra niggas in NERD.
It's NERD. It's the intro, time for some action, but it's the intro / time for some action. What album is that?
Hey, NERD is the
Seeing
shit.
Sounds.
Yes.
Sounds. NERD, Seeing Sounds. The first song on that album. Right, bro. First song on that album, bro. I was in here. I forgot what song I was doing, but I was hella shroomed out. And so I was trying to go to sleep. And everybody know if you're on shrooms, you can't go to sleep. But you'll close eyes and you start seeing shit. And so I'm literally hearing like just different sounds individually, but they're all coming together. And at the same time, I'm hearing these different sounds, I'm seeing colors, right? And I'm like instantly like melodic dreams. Like I'm just having melodic dreams. I was like, okay,
right.
I'm gonna name the album that. And so it's funny because I listened to that NERD album a long time ago. My uncle put me on.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, a lot of cats don't know who Nerd is. I seen him in person.
The day later, like I think it was the next day or 2 days later.
Concert.
I played, bro. You seen him in concert?
Yeah,
bro.
Way back in the day. It was Nerd. It was NERD. Let me tell you the lineup. It was NERD, Lupe Fiasco, and Rihanna.
Where was this at?
It was out here.
Oh,
I had this. It had to be like 07, 08. Had to be around because I had just graduated high school when I went, and I remember I had to fly back from college, so it had to be like 08, 07, 08, maybe 09.
Dude, what?
But yeah, the lineup, it was Kanye, Lupe Fiasco, NERD, and Rihanna.
So they had, let me see what year the album came.
And I think that was the album. That was the year that album.
2008.
I'm telling you,
bro,
that's what they had.
bro,
so they was doing their push for that album.
Okay,
that's why they was on tour. So yeah.
Bro, so yeah.
Ridiculous.
So I played that album a day later or 2 days later, right? Played the first song, and I swear it's like all those little individually sounds, and he's explaining how he's seeing sound.
Yeah, like he has a whole like little blurb about like the whole seeing sound
bro,
thing.
And I'm like, my dude, like I'm in the car just totally freaking out. I'm like, I just had that literally happen to me. Like that literally happened to me last night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This dude, Pharrell is saying, bro, Prince, for real. That's crazy.
You are him.
But Pharrell keeps saying, he's saying, hey, I'm seeing sounds. And I'm like, pause, bro. It's Melodic Dreams. Like, that was confirmation. Like, that's the name of the album, Melodic Dreams. Like, period, hands down. And so I had to make something off of that. So I was like, okay, I want to make a picture inside of a picture type thing for the album cover.
Right.
Super, like, trippy type.
Well, thank you, Shrooms, for this album. I appreciate you. Cause this shit is fire. What I've heard so far, I'm not kidding you. So I'm listening to Wonder, or you had dropped that. I think it was on your Facebook that Wonder was out. So I'm like, cool. Let me go to the page. I pull it up, and I'm just listening to it on my phone. I don't even have like headphones on or nothing. Right. And I'm like, I instantly stop it, and I'm like, nah, I need to go get some headphones. Like, because like when because I'm hearing all the time, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you gotta get
Because I'm like, okay, Kenan is a bass player. You know what I'm saying? That's what he plays. So I'm like, I already know this bottom end is killing it. So I'm like, let me throw on the headphones, bruh. I throw on the headphones. I'm listening to it. I get to the part, and then like I'm almost at the end where the Erykah Badu song part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bro, I need to talk to you directly, bro. Like instantly, it was like, I have to come and talk to you about this album, about this track, about how the fuck you keep putting these Johns out. Because the last one that we was talking about was what? It was, I think, Dago was what I reached out about, Cosmic Roots. And that wasn't even a song.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't even but you know what, a cool part, I think my boy Miles is on Dago.
Yes.
He is on Dago.
And then y'all released one right after it. It's Dago, and then it's a one y'all released as Cosmic Roots right after that. Right. I kept getting them mixed up.
And then before that, I had my Seasons with Alex.
Yes.
With Xavier, man. So
yes. But you gotta, I mean, just go check them out, bro. Look up Cosmic Roots, bro. Apple Music, anywhere you consume your music. Look up Cosmic Roots, Kenan Jackson. That's this, look. And if he not gonna say it, I'm gonna say it, right? Because he's a very humble gentleman. But amazing artist. When I say he plays everything, knows damn near everything when it comes to mixing, mastering, laying a record, recording a record, playing the music. And it's not many guys you run into nowadays that have the vast array of knowledge and that I can really sit down and have a conversation, not just about, you know, the engineering side and the technicality of the music, but like the feel of the music, how to play the music, instrumentation of the music. Like the last person I ran into like that was really my brother, because he played damn near every horned instrument, all that stuff. Right. You know what I mean?
And that's what matters, because you know, sound engineers, at the end of the day, sound engineers are going off what you want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they going to make sure there's no humming, all that stuff. But if you're the artist and you hear something you don't like, first of all, say it. And then, like, they're just there to do their job, make sure the mics work. So, So, bro, it's like, it's all about the music. It's like,
as a retired engineer,
if your tone is right, if you can play, you know what I mean? If your vocal tone is right, if you can sing, just do it. Get you a good mic, get you a good headphone, get you a good DAW, and record it. Then send it out, you know what I mean? Or just learn on YouTube like how I did. But
YouTube University. I used to say, as an engineer is like a car. Without gas and a driver, he ain't going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the gas, to me, is you got to come in with the idea of what you want this song to be and the ability to be able to do that.
Give it to
right?
me.
The driver is, okay, once we done laid it down, you're going to point me in the direction in which we're going. I have the capability to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's if you don't have a destination, you don't know where you're going, we just finna be out here, bruh.
And that's why I'm like, and you know, especially with the live, because I wear many hats in the music world. So
because it's all different. It's all different stuff. It's not everybody thinking like, oh, if you could do this, you could. It's not. It don't work. Like, just because you mix don't mean you can master. Just because you can master don't necessarily mean you can.
And that's why I don't master my stuff. Exactly. I send it to master. I could mix all day, but I send it to him. And my master loves me because, I mean, I said it hella wrong, but my master person, Kiki loves me. Kiki loves me.
My mastering engineer.
My mastering engineer loves me. Because my mixings are so good, like I dial it in so good to where she don't gotta do nothing. She doesn't
have to do any pre-work just so she can start doing her job.
She just dragging in there.
Especially if you got a good working like relationship with the person who masters your records, because they'll let you know like, hey, I want you to leave it here, leave me like 3 dBs a room, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. They can give you those pre-instructions so that you can send them a piece of work that they could do their best work to. You know what I mean? Right. Because there's just some stuff you can't do after the record has been processed.
And that's the thing, like,
or that are just really difficult.
Right, since I wear all these hats, you know, and, you know, me making my music and then going to the band especially and be like, hey, here's the music, you know, first of all, I'm not coming to them being like, hey, like, this is how I want to be played. At the same time, I wanted to sound like the record, same key, whatever, have the same form. But, like, if you feel like, there goes again, feeling. If you feel like it can do something there, and it's tasteful to the music, go for it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, nah, I play like the record, da 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 da. No, because then that's gonna just ruin the vibe of the music.
That stifles your own creativity,
right?
And that's how everybody's gonna play the same part a little differently,
right? And you want people to, because music is opening. So if I'm putting this music out there for the world, so then and I'm giving it to musicians to play on, so it should be you're open to.
Right.
Do your thing, bro. And that's how I'm going to attack it with the live recording. So, you know, if you do listen to the record before you go to the live recording, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. And it's going to be experience, man, because it's like I'm saying, it's like that's, I can go on, bro, but it's going to be
I think playing in a band or in a group kind of like drives that part of like everybody's different home.
Right.
Because like me, I played in an orchestra.